get resources. However, one person that's speaking of help that needs help is, y'all remember Twitch. That's why y'all here. Allison Holker. What is going on? They forget about Kim Porter and Diddy's thing. They need to open up what's going on with Allison Holker. Do you know that Twitch's best friend, I believe, has released a phone call? We're gonna play it to you, that has Allison talking about why she disrespected his mom and made them sign an NDA to even view her son's body. On top of that, before we get into that, because I'm going to play that, I want to talk about what is going on with Allison Holker and her daughter. The daughter that refers to Twitch as Steven, that refers to Twitch's mom as Connie. The Steven, it was not just her stepfather. Steven was her father. Steven adopted her when she was 3 or 4 years old. Steven raised that child as his own. The mom came around and raised her as her own too. The fact that this little girl went on, and I say this little fluffy haired girl because also she has a permanent hair because she's trying to cosplay that she's mixed. I don't know if she's mixed or whatever. She's trying to cosplay that she's mixed, but that doesn't even matter. The point of the matter is, but I mean to say that it just seems like she's just messed up in the head. The point of the matter is, I believe that Allison put her out there to run interference and take some of the bad press away from her. And why do you say that? Because you cannot tell me that Allison is not reviewing everything this girl posts. She went on live and she basically proved every dark theory that the internet has ever had about Allison, about the family, and what Twitch's role was in that family. It is literally giving a real life version of Get Out. Now, let me say this. The bang bang that was used for Twitch, one of the friends said, you need to ask Allison where he got the bang bang. Apparently, it was her bang bang. She told the story of Twitch being on rugs, and she's trying to sell this book that paints him as a monster. Her daughter, who he adopted and raised, which means her father wasn't in the life, because who just gives up adoption of your kid, right? If you're not, if you're in the kid's life, I'll be sure, right? But you tried to sell the thing that he was on rugs. The autopsy was also there that showed he was not on rugs. He had no alcohol or no narcotics in his blood. The story she said about the way she didn't know and she called for hours and he wasn't there for 24 hours, it makes me think, what really is going on? While you changed your Instagram name and took his name off 2 days after he passed. Instead of mourning, you were in his closet looking for something to dress him in instead of getting him a new suit and showing him respect. When his family came to the funeral, you made them sign NDAs before you would even let. The best friend is on this phone call, taped it, and showed where she was like, well, I don't see what the big deal is. Twitch made his mom sign an NDA for a party. And he was like, you don't see no difference between a party and viewing somebody's body? She blames Twitch for a lot of stuff. And a lot of people said, well, maybe you don't know what's going on. Maybe Twitch had a bad relationship with his family. Maybe Twitch talked trash about his family. Maybe Twitch didn't like his family, and that's why he married Allison. But when you talk to his family, when you talk to his friends, they say that wasn't the case. He was very loving to his family. He was a good son. Was it a complicated relationship? Most likely. Any adult child and parent relationship and family relationship is actually it's very, it's very, it's very complicated. They're now saying, and these are his friends and family and people that know Allison, is Allison was the one on drugs. Allison was the one with the bang bang that Twitch used. Allison was the one that used any excuse, right? Allison, Allison was the one that used any excuse she could use to paint this man that had raised her kid and was a good father and a sweetheart and just a gentle soul, to make him look like a monster and herself look like a victim. Now, why would that be? I don't know. I honestly don't know. But I'm beginning to think that Allison, right? I'm beginning to think that Allison may have been, I don't know, she's giving narc vibes. She is giving narc vibes. Even the fact that she had her daughter out there, that she had her daughter actually windmilling from her because the public turned on her. People are saying that friends and family at Twitch are calling for his death to be reinvestigated and reopened. At the very least, everything that we know about this, it's not making sense. And Allison is looking like a shameless grifter, a shameless money grubber, and someone that while she tolerated Twitch and while he was good enough to raise her daughter and while she was good enough to procreate, it seems like that level of trust and respect, if you can even say she had that for him, didn't extend to his family. She was fine to accept him, but the people that made him, the culture he sprung from, everything, she didn't want to accept. That's just my opinion. But again, I'm going to play the phone call between Twitch's best friend and Allison because it is shocking. But I really want to get your opinion on this because doesn't it just doesn't sit right to me. His best friend has exposed her, okay? It doesn't sit right, okay? And I want to say over and over again, you know, I'm going to put also the daughter's clips because there's another crazy clip that I thought was insane, right? She really, the daughter in her clip, I'm going to play that first, really exposed her mom's true feelings towards Trish. Because the way she even talks about the last name is just odd. Just 2 years after his suicide, you're only 16 and you moved this man since 3. Where did you get these feelings on him if not from your mom? And here's that full video of that of Allison's daughter, right? Uh Again, she's only 16, which makes it super weird that she refers to her stepdad's mother by her first name. Again, we don't even listen. She has a curly perm. She's lying about it being natural. It's an entire mess. But for her to say that he was hiding so much, what was he hiding? Some people say that she found out he was cheating on her. Okay, great. That doesn't give you the right to completely smear somebody's legacy. And also, there's no proof of that. Again, listen, let me play these videos. Let me know what you think in the comments because something is not adding up and they need to look into this Allison girl. And the fact that everybody's dragging the daughter, I don't blame the daughter. I don't blame the daughter at all. Why? Because she's only 16. He passed away 2 years ago, which means that she was 14 then. Where would a 14-year-old get this attitude, get these thoughts, get the gumption, if not from her mama? Anyway, y'all, here are the videos. Listen to them, then let me know what you think in the comments.
To make his mama sign an NDA to see his body.
Yeah, I do.
Oh my
God.
I
would do it again. I would do it again every single day for the rest of my life if I needed to.
To see his body.
Again and again and again.
Why would she need to sign an NDA to see his body?
Great. But also, I don't understand how y'all don't understand that Stevens even asked her to do it.
He didn't ask her to sign.
I would do it again. I would do it again every single day for the rest of my life if I needed to.
You hear that? You hear that?
Again and again and again.
Why would she need to sign an NDA to see his body?
Great. But also, I don't understand how y'all don't understand.
I got your ass. I told you.
He didn't ask her to sign the NDA to see his body.
What's this?
Do you understand what I'm
also,
saying?
Did anyone ever tell you?
What's this?
In a party, an NDA for a party, NDAs for a party.
And asking his mother to
No.
Party?
It's not the same thing. I have had the NDA to go to the funeral. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I just said Stevens asked her, have to sign an NDA now. Did you know this?
That's different than signing an NDA.
No, that came from Steven.
I'm asking you, you would never post a picture of Steven in the thing, right? Picture of Steven in the casket, right?
Yeah, but I'm also in the industry and I know that. And also, I don't know that all the people that were in that wake, by the way, because you're asking this question trying to set me up. I didn't know the people that were.
No,
I'm
I'm not trying to set you up. I'm asking you, you would never post a picture of Steven in the thing, right? So if you say you wouldn't, why would you think that Connie would do that? That's what I'm asking you.
I was also going off of advice from people. So, I don't know. I've never done this before. I don't know why everyone expects me to have done this before. But also, just so you know, by the way, meanwhile, do you know that Steven has asked Connie to sign an NDA before? This was not her first time signing an NDA. I don't know if you knew this.
I mean, I've signed NDAs before. I think it's more...
Connie had to sign an NDA to go to one of our parties. Did you know this?
That's different than signing an
And
NDA.
No. That came from Steven. And Steven wasn't like, don't make my mom have to sign an NDA. No. Connie had to sign an NDA for Steven to come to a party, and Steven asked her to sign it.
Allison, I'm saying...
So this is not... So don't...
I'm saying her signing an NDA... I'm saying her signing an NDA to see her son's body. Her signing an NDA to go to the funeral. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I just said Stevens asked her before she could come into a party.
That's different. You don't understand how that's different?
Okay, so wait, why was Steven wrong in asking his mother to
No.
party?
It's not the same thing. I've had family sign NDAs for like different things. I'm talking about to make his mama. So you telling me you don't see the difference in a party? An NDA for a party, Allison, other than...
Okay, well, I know this. I'll say this.
Then making his mama see his...
Steven would definitely have my family... By the way, my family also had an NDA, no questions asked. It doesn't matter who it is. It was protecting Steven, and it was the right choice.
You think that was protecting Steven, making his mama...
Pause. It don't matter who it is, she said. It don't matter who it is, she said. Let's keep it going. Because apparently, that woman seeing her son's body is equivalent to going to a party. Lord Jesus, help me keep my spirit right.
On NDA.
Context of
to see his body?
So it was a good choice for me.
To see his body.
I've been celebrating.
That was protecting Steven, making his mama sign an NDA.
Context of
to see his body?
So it was a good choice for me.
To see his body.
I've been celebrating. Outside y'all, I have been celebrated from how I've handled this and protected Steven.
Listen, you actually think that it is cool to make his mama sign an NDA to see his body?
Yeah, I do.
Oh my God.
I would do it again. I would do it again every single day for the rest of my life if I needed to.
Y'all heard that? So, come for me. I told you what was going to happen. I told you.
I just like, I'm sick and tired. Like, I literally, guys, I'm going to take it as a compliment, but I don't. That's all. But, because also, Mom, you can get mad at me, but I need everybody to go and look up when she was on Dancing with the Stars, or not Dancing with the Stars, So You Think You Can Dance, and she had curly hair. Now this girl, she gets Brazilian blowouts, so her hair's straight, because also you have to understand, we were born in Utah. Like, they don't know how to take care of curly hair there, right? So over COVID, when I got all my hair cut off, then it started being healthier because it was fried. But I don't want those hate comments. I'm sorry. Like, dog somebody else for it. But please, I'm sick and tired. I think that's what most of my comments are, actually. But Instagram username. And I never had access to my social media. He was a pretty strict parent, but like a couple months before, like, I started getting access to it. But I was never adopted. I never had the last name Boss, and I know my siblings do, but I don't. And my last name, my legal last name, isn't even what is my handle. It's just my middle name, because I don't go by Boss or my last name. So, and I never have, but that was just like, we were addressed as the Boss family, like, that's what it was. And that, like, I had that Instagram handle since I was a child, like a toddler, and that's just not me. And so, yeah, I can get the hate for changing it, but, like, for instance, like, my mom never had hers as Boss. My mom's always been addressed as Allison Holker. Besides when they were, like, together, it'd be, like, the Mr. and Mrs. Boss. But they had completely separate, careers, and they were addressed completely, like, separately. But, yeah, when we were all together, like, I had siblings. We were the Boss family. Like, that's the name that my siblings are going to have, and that's what they're going to carry on. But even Steven's family, like, his parents, they don't have the last name Boss. But, basically, I don't know. I'm trying to, like, get all my ideas together about what's, like, appropriate to say and, like, what's not going to get me in trouble, because, you know, like, I'm just trying to address things, but, like, I'm still trying to be respectful to everybody. And I'm just so over, like, for instance, and I'm trying to be respectful, but I just think it's complicated because I speak to Steven's mom. Like my mom and her were speaking weekly at some point, and I don't know if it's still like that. Like me and my mom haven't talked about it, but since Steven died, I feel like I've seen his family more than when he was alive. We would only see them once or twice a year, but you guys have to understand that it's because they live in another state.